Hi student, welcome to botany class. Today we are going to see the leaf modification. So actually leaf is a main part for the photosynthesis and transpiration and also exchange of gases. So apart from this, the leaf do some specific function. For that it will be modified. For doing specific function it will be modified. So in this video, we are going to see the leaf modification and also leaf duration. Okay, so first we are going to see the leaf modification. So the main function of the leaf for preparation of food material by photosynthesis. So not only that, and also it will be help for the transpiration and the exchange of gases. So apart from this primary function, some leaf in some plant, they will be modified to perform specific function. So the leaves are modified to perform some specialized function. Modified. The leaf itself, it will be modified for doing a specific function in some group of the plant. So what are the modification of the leaf? So first one is leaf tendril and leaf hooks, leaf spine or bracteals, storage leaves, phyllodes, pitcher, bladder, floral leaves. So these are the different leaf modification. It present in different group of plants. It's not a common. It's not a common and it's not present in all group of the plant. So some group of the plant have some special modification on the leaves. It may be a leaf tendril, or it may be a leaf hook-like structure, or it may be leaf spine or bracteals. Some leaves are store the food material or water is everything. So that is a storage leaves. And phyllodes. So it may be resemble like a flattened structure. And the pitcher, pot-like structure. Bladder. So the pitcher and bladder, it is very commonly seen in insectivorous plants. And floral leaves, the floral pods, corolla, calyx, corolla, stamen, and gynoecium. So these are the modification of. It's also a modification of the leaves. So in this video, we can see the. So these are the leaf modification one by one. First we are going to see the leaf tendril. In some plant, the stem is very weak. So the leaf tendril is common for the weak stemmed plants. So the weak stemmed plant cannot able to grow erect. It's not able to grow erect. But it grow above the soil level. But it's not grow erect. Erect means it's not grow straight. So it's need some support plant. So they will spread on the support plant. So this group of the plant, they will be spread on the support plant. How they climb the support plant? By a specialized structure. So that is a leaf tendril. So the leaf tendril is a coiled wiry structure. Slender coiled wiry structure. It's help to climb the support plant. For that, this plant, it will be grow on the surface of the support plant or any other support. Not only for plant or any other support. It may be a wall, or it may be a fallen tree. So like that. It's any support. So in some plant, the stem is very weak and hence they have some special organ for the attachment to the support. So what is the special organ? Leaf tendril. So here the leaf is modified into tendril structure. So here that is a tendril structure. It is a slender, wiry, coiled structure. Slender, wiry, coiled structure. In some leaves are partially, it may be partially or wholly modified into tendril. So tendrils are slender, wiry coiled structure, already I told you, which is helped to climb the support. So it helps to bind the support. As such, this plant or grow erect on the surface of the support. It may be plant or the wall. Okay. So some of the modification of the leaf tendril are given below, one by one. So how the leaf tendril? Already you see, no? Maybe the entire leaf are modified into tendril, or the partially it will be modified to tendril. So what are the structure? It will be modified into tendril. So entire leaf in lightrous plant, sweet pea, stipules in smilex. In smilex plant, the stipules are modified into tendril. Terminal leaflet in Norvelia, leaf tip in Golerissa, apical leaflet in Pisum, petiole in Clematis. So, for each plant, a different structure of the leaf, it will be modified into tendril. What are the? First one is the entire leaf, second one is only the stipule of the leaf. What is a stipule? A pair of leaf-like appendage which present at the base of the leaf or the petiole. Okay. The terminal leaflets or leaf tip or apical leaflet or a petiole. Okay. So different parts of the leaf, it will be modified into tendril. So tendril is a slender, coiled, wiry structure. It helps to climb the support. So the tendril is very commonly seen in weak stemmed plants. Okay. So next leaf modification, that is a leaf hooks. So in some plants, the leaves are modified into hook-like structure. The hook-like structure. So that is a hook-like structure. And it helps to plant to climb. So this is also seen in the world, the weak stemmed plant. In catnip, Begnonia ugnis catis, Begnonia ugnis catis, and elegant climbo, the terminal leaflet. So this is the terminal leaflet become modified into three very short, stiff and curved hook. The three. Which one? The terminal leaflets. Terminal leaf become modified into three very short, stiff and curved hooks. It's very much like a nail of the cat. So it will be look like a cat. So there is a three. The terminal leaflet, it will be modified into three, very short. It will be very short and stiff and curved hook-like structure. It's also like a cat knife. So this hook is cling to the bark of the tree. Cling, it will be placed. The hook-like structure, it will be attached with the bark of the tree and it acts as an organ for support for climbing. So the leaf spine of the asparagus is also act as a hooks. Leaf spine of the asparagus. So this is also act as a hook-like structure. So that is the nail of the cat. 3. So another leaf modification, leaf spine and the brickles. So first we see the leaf spine. The leaves of certain plant develop a spin-shaped structure, either on the surface or on the margin. It may be on the surface, entire surface, or only in the margin. Okay, so here it's only in the margin, the spine-like structure. So it mainly, so what is the role of the spine? It will be protect the plant from the herbivorous animal. It protects the plant from the herbivorous animal, and also it is a geophytic adaptation. So surface or margin as an adaptation to herbivory. So herbivory means, so such a plant is not fed by the herbivorous animal. And also it's a Jurassic adaptation. Example, jujubas, Argemona mexicana, brickle poppy, and Solanum trilobacter. So that is a spines. In geophytes such as Opuntia, brickle pear. In Euphorbia, the leaves and stipules. Listen, in Euphorbia, leaves and stipules are modified to spine. In Euphorbia, but in opensia, the leaves are modified into spine. But in euphorbia, leaves and stipule both are modified into spine-like structure. Next, brickles. So the brickles are small, soft structure which are the outgrowth from the epidermal cell of stem or leaf. Epidermal cell of stem may be a leaf. It helps the plant to scrampling. Scrampling means it will spread over the other plant. So this is scrampling means it will spread over the other plant. It is also protective against the herbivorous animal. The presence of brickles also, it will protect the plant from the herbivorous animal. It resembles like a self-defense. Example, Rosa species. Next, the another modification, storage leaves. So here the leaves are succulent. It may be stored the water or it may be stored the food material. Okay. So in some plant, it will grow in the saline and xerophytic habitats. It may be grown in the saline condition or xerophytic habitat. Members of the family Carassulaceae it commonly have fleshy or swollen leaves. This family have commonly fleshy and swollen leaves. These circular leaves store the water, mucilage or food material. It may be store the water or it may be store the mucilaginous. That means it will be what? Very sticky in nature. Okay, mucilaginous or for store the food material. Such a storage leaf is resistant the desiccation of the leaf. So desiccation means it not easily dry up. It's not easily dry up due to the presence of the mucilage, water or the food material. Okay, it's not easily degrade or it's not easily dry up. So that's why it's a succulent or fleshy leaves. Example, aloe, acave and a bryophyllum. Another leaf modification that is phyllo. Phyllo are flat, green colored leaf-like. Listen, flat, green color leaf-like modification of petiole or rachis. So it's a leaf pod, petiole, stalk of the leaf. Okay, so it may be modification of petiole or rachis. Rachis are present in a compound leaf. We already seen the compound leaf, no? So rachis are present in a compound leaf. Okay, so the phyllo is a modification of petiole or rachis. So the leaflets or lamina of the leaf are highly reduced. The leaflet or lamina, it will be highly reduced, or the caudicle. Caudicle means it will fall off very soon. Caudicle means it will be fall off very soon. The phyllo perform the photosynthesis and the other function of the leaf. Instead of the leaf, because the leaflet or lamina it will be highly reduced or caducous. Caducous means it will be fall off very soon. It will fall off very soon after the formation. So that's why the phyllo it take over the function of the leaf. Example, acacia orculiformis, that is Australian acacia, and Parkinsonia. Okay, acacia orculiformis and Parkinsonia. Next picture, pot-like structure. So here the leaf become modified into picture in Nepenthes and Sarracenia. Nepenthes, the basal part of the leaf is a lamina, basal part. So the tip of the leaf, it will be modified into pot-like structure or pitcher-like structure. And the midrib continue as a coiled tendril structure. The midrib is continue as a coiled tendril structure. So here you see that. The midrib, it will be continue and it will be coiled, the tendril-like structure. We already know the tendril, no? It is a slender, coiled, wiry structure. So like that, the midrib it will be continue and it will be coiled. It's resemble like a tendril. The apical part of the leaf is modified into pitcher. So only the apical part. it will modify into picture. So this region is a apical part. And mouth of the picture is closed by lip. So it is a modification of leaf tip. So it is a modification of apical leaf. So let's say modification of leaf tip. So in the mid-rib it will continue and it will be formed the coiled tendril-like structure. That's all about the picture. Next, the bladder. In bladder rods, utricularia. So both the picture and the bladder, both are insectivorous plants. So they'll be do the photosynthesis, but due to the nitrogen deficiency, it will be captured the insect. Okay, so for that, the leaves are specially modified. So in utricularia also, that is bladder rods. They are rootless, free floating, and slightly submerged plant, common in many water bodies. So it's an aquatic plant. The leaves are very much segmented. So here, the leaves are, it will be segmented. Some of these segments are modified to form bladder-like structure with a trap door entrance. With a trap door entrance that are trapped aquatic animalcules. So here. So it will be look like a pot-like structure, and the segments are modified to form bladder-like structure. Bladder, it is sac-like structure or bag-like structure, which a trapdoor entrance. So it will be easily to capture the animalcules. Okay, animalcules mean the small animals. Okay, so very small or minute animals. That is animalcules. Next, the final leaf modification, that is a floral leaves. So already I told you, the flower pods are, it is a modification of the leaves. The flower, it is a modification of the root system. They have very condensed node and internode. Actually, flower is a modified shoot system. They have very much reduced node and internode. Now, all the flower pods are modification of the leaf. Okay, so the flower pods such as sepal, petal, stamen and carpel are a modification of the leaf. Sepal and the petals are leafy. So the single unit of the calyx is called sepal. The single unit of corolla is called petal. They are productive in function and it is considered non-essential reproductive part. Which one? The sepal and the petal. That is a calyx and the corolla. It is a non-essential reproductive part and it is a productive in function. So it protects the stamen and the carpel. The petals are usually colored, which are attract the insect for pollination. The stamens are consist of pollen-bearing microsporophyll. So film in leaf. Okay. So it is a modified leaf. Micro mean it will represent a male. And carpel or ovule-bearing structure, it is a modification of megasporophyll. It is generally called megasporophyll. So that's all about the leaf modification. So and finally, we are going to see the leaf duration. So the leaf may stay and function for few days to many years. What is that? Few days to many years. And it will be determined, that is a few days to many years, it will be determined by the adaptation to climatic condition. So depending on the climatic condition, leaf may be live for few days or many years. And first one, caraccus. So in the falling of the soon after the formation. So again the leaf will be fall off very soon after the formation. Example, Opuntia cissus controversy. It is very commonly seen in xerophytic condition. Okay. And second one, deciduous. So caraccus means immediately fall off. When it is formed, immediately it will be fall off. Deciduous. Now falling at the end of growing season. So as usual, the plant it look like a naked in the winter or summer season. Naked means only the branches only present. The stem and branches only present. All the leaf will be fall off. So as I said, the plant is look like a naked. Example, malt, plumeria, lona and erythrina. Evergreen. So here the leaves persistent throughout the year. So then only it will be said to be it's a evergreen plant. We can't see never without leaf this group of the plants. So the falling regularly so that the tree is never leafless. Example, Mimosum and Calophyllum. Finally, Marcerans. So here the leaf not falling, but it will be weathering on the plant as several members of Fabaceae. It's not falling, but it will be what? Weathering. Weathering means dry up. The leaf will be dry up in the members of Fabaceae. So thank you, student. That's all about the leaf modification and leaf duration. Is over. So in this end of video, we can finish the vegetative morphology. Vegetative morphology is over. And next video, we are going to see the new chapter number 4, reproductive morphology. Thank you, student.